The airmen who make up Air Force Special Warfare are the most specialized warriors on the planet. They are the ones other special forces look to when the mission calls for their unique skills and fearless commitment. A job for the mentally tough and physically strong, these elite heroes go where others won't because they're trained to do what others can't. Our partnership, the U.S. Air Force Special Warfare Division, brings you 3 episodes taking you behind the lines of the U.S. Air Force Special Warfare, their training, their mission, and how the strongest elite warriors on the planet get better.
What do you guys know about special warfare? Like, what is your perspective on it? Like, when you hear that, like, especially after having spoken to us, like, what are the rumors? Like, are there any questions or anything you guys haven't thought of, or what pops out to you when you hear about that?
This is specifically it.
Yeah, this is what scares me the most, would be like, what is going to happen when I get caught, even like it'd be cool if you guys could say, here are some things that happen in real life, not with you guys, but with like, if I get captured in Afghanistan, here's what happens. I'd love to know that. But I'd also like, here is as far as we're allowed to take it, once you're caught and now you're resisting.
Yeah, no, I absolutely. But I'm saying, like, with the name, like, when you hear Air Force, what do you usually think of? Like,
oh yeah, we talked a little bit about this yesterday as well, but yeah, I think that so this is our second like run of interviews that we've done with you guys. We did some last year, and the guy that I told the story yesterday, but the guy that we ran the Spartan World Championships was like out there in like silky 3-inch inseam shorts on top of Squaw Mountain.
You talking like Hunter?
10 degrees. No, it was the actual Air Force Special Ops guy. He was awesome, dude. Can't remember his name right now, but jumping in cold water at the top of a mountain, and I was just like, you guys are super freaks. Yeah. I think that the Air Force Special Ops people just aren't as known, and I think that there's like a code / some sort of marketing piece to the movies always being about SEALs, that everybody just thinks Navy SEALs are the only special operators.
SEALs or Delta Force in the Army,
Yeah, so I think it's really cool that we get to like connect with you guys and tell the story, especially after learning like kind of what the PJs do. The fact that there's like 3. You guys, this is the first time I've ever talked about SEER School in any real way, but the ability to get out to our audience what you guys actually do, and the fact that we'd be lying if at some point in our strength and conditioning careers we weren't like, I wonder if I could go be a SEAL. I wonder if I could get through Hell Week. But now I'm like, I wonder if I could go to SEER School with the Air Force and get through it. Like I think the coolest part about all special operations is the fact that you guys get to learn from the best people in the world. And the training isn't like, oh, let's take this 6-year-long course. Like, no, you've got 3 months to go learn from the best coach in the world at the specific subject, because 3 months from now, you have to go use it to save your life.
Yeah.
And create a mission and like complete the mission. You go, cool.
Sympathetic nervous system.
Yeah.
I'm actually curious. Can you provide some distinction between the different types of special operations units, like how SEALs are different from Rangers, different from PJs, different from Delta Force, et cetera?
Yeah, so I'm absolutely elated that you asked that question, right? Because that is like the $1 million question, is like, how do you kind of look at them? Like, why would you do Air Force Special Warfare as opposed to SEALs, as opposed to Rangers? So first of all, I just want to put out there that they're all hard, right? So if you are trying to be the most tough, badass person possible, you could go into any of those particular things, and you're definitely going to check that box, like for all intents and purposes, like your tough box, right? That you're going to get regardless. I think the question ends up being like, what do you want to focus on after you've checked that box? Because if you're going to do SEALs, man, it's primarily maritime. Like, it's water. Like, they do other stuff, right? But they're leaning in on water. That's what they focus on. If you're looking at Army Special Ops, and I do want to I hate this, but when you say Special Ops, by the way, when you say that, you're generally specifically saying the Army Special Operations. Those are guys. With us, we define ourselves by saying Special Warfare within the Air Force.
Okay.
My thing, but it's just like people really get hung up on that terminology. So that when you talk about Green Beret Special Ops, that's what you're talking about. In addition to them, you got the Rangers. So basically what they are is counterinsurgency stuff. They work with the local nationals, either the host nation in order to secure their country, or with the insurgency or whatever there to try to do uprising. That is their primary mission. Like unconventional warfare is what it's called. That is what Green Berets do. Do they do all the other stuff? Absolutely. Like those are ancillary, additional things that they do. Same thing with the SEALs. They do the water stuff, and yeah, they do land stuff, but it's mostly water. That's their sweet spot. Rangers is infantry. They are if you want to be the most elite infantry, if you want to like do Army stuff, specifically Army stuff, they're the best at doing Army stuff, right? Moving into us.
This is awesome, by the way. But keep it.
Yeah, well, I've put a lot of thought into this. Is the funny part, because it is a weird question, because a lot of people are like, well, I just want to be the most badass person ever, right? Well, I hate to say it, they're all tough. Like you're going to hit failure no matter which of those jobs you do. If you
I'm not trying to mess with either of those. So I totally respect all of you. Yeah.
The big thing with the Air Force is that we take that and we add the Air Force flavor to it. So we generally support those missions and bring air power to those missions. So for us, it's really taking any mission that a SEAL does, throwing a controller or a J on the team, and then all of a sudden you've got the back and weight of the Air Force behind it. So we have to learn all the skills that your SEALs learn, but we got to be able to have that break in case there's an emergency in order to get guys out, rescue somebody if they need to be rescued. And we bring that primarily, and this is kind of what our big goal is right now, to all of the services. Like generally, I've been attached to the SEALs, and I've been attached to the Green Berets and to the Rangers. And through each team, that was our role. We do the exact same stuff. We're going on the same missions, but we're that, man, there's something that really bad that happened. There's a lot more of the bad guys than there are us. We're running out of bullets. We got to get out of this situation. And that's when you got someone that can bring in a bomb from an aircraft that's 30,000 feet up in the air. You have that can land at a precise location, man. When you see those video cameras of bombs dropping on specific locations, those don't happen all by themselves. You got to have a dude that actually designates that's where the bomb's going to land at. And really that's the solution to a situation where, guess what? More bad guys than good guys. And yeah, we're all ninjas, but man, ultimately numbers are what's going to win. When you look at those overruns, that's what's going to win. And it's the same thing with the rescue capability. Like that is a situation where like, okay, yeah, we're all ninjas out here, but we got a dude trapped inside of a cave or on top of a building. How do we get out of this, man? We got a guy who's a rescue specialist, can get you out of any scenario. He's going to get you back to home. That's really
awesome.
The Air Force advertises is that we help all the other services when they need the weight of the Air Force behind them. And that translates over to all the combat support as well. So when you look at the SEER guys, they're literally the specialists from the Air Force, because no other service has people that just do the SEER function, right?
Yeah.
They're the only ones that specifically do that. And they work with all the other services, but they are the specialists, literally the ninjas of it. And the same thing with all of our particular jobs is that you got to be a specialist in all these other, what we call just the ways we get to work, right? You got to be able to skydive. Funny story for you. Not all Green Berets are Halo qualified. Not all SEALs are Halo qualified.
Wait. What's Halo qualified? What?
High altitude, low opening. That's
yeah.
Right? All right. So when I say that, what I mean is that you know who does have to be fully qualified on all that stuff, no matter what.
I bet you guys.
Your Air Force Special Warfare dudes. You don't even have a choice, right? You have to go to dive school. There's dudes that don't want to go to dive school or never qualify to go to dive school. You can't be a special warfare operator unless you've gone to that school.
Right.
Like,
you're jumping out of the plane.
Absolutely. So that's what I'd say the biggest thing is that we usually don't run just our own little Air Force mission. We help everyone else make their missions happen.
That's what I want to hear personally as a civilian. It's nice to hear how we all work together. You always hear, well, the Navy's better than the Army, Army's better. I mean, it's like, you guys all better be working together if shit hits the fan. I'm hoping. Like, if China's invading, you guys better be working together. Who cares about who? Help us.
Well, I'd imagine there's like a healthy rivalry between the different groups, but also you guys respect each other.
Hell yeah, you're all getting shot at. If a bullet flies through the air, everyone got shot at. Yeah.
The airmen who make up Air Force Special Warfare are the most specialized warriors on the planet. They are the ones other special forces look to when the mission calls for their unique skills and fearless commitment. A job for the mentally tough and physically strong, these elite heroes go where others won't because they're trained to do what others can't. Our partnership, the U.S. Air Force Special Warfare Division, brings you 3 episodes taking you behind the lines of the U.S. Air Force Special Warfare, their training, their mission, and how the strongest elite warriors on the planet get better.